design the fields, and the data type for sender ID is switch back. That's the data type, right? Number. So that means when you create a resident table, you're required to make it as number. Otherwise, it's going to be a problem. That makes sense? Has to be the same data type because it's foreign key, right? It's still the same key.
If you've already like closed it out, you need to edit it. Like, how do you change it again?
I'll double click it up.
But it just doesn't. It shows everything at the top instead of like.
Then switch to design view.
Okay.
What's alternate number?
Let me switch to design. What do you mean by that?
On axis.
Oh, auto number. Auto means it's increment by cell. Like for example, let me show you from. I'm going to create another. Let's see from recipients. First name, John, right? Did you see I fill in anything on auto number? No, I just say first name right away, right? See, it's auto created and increment by itself because it has to be unique, right? All right, so that's auto number. Now, that's what you need to do after you create all the tables. But I didn't finish all the tables. I just try to show you here, right, how to use them. Now come back and create more tables. So we have residents, we have contact. So I'm going to highlight them. Now I need location, right? So I'm going to create location. So location is created. You still need to do the design view to identify all the fields. Address ID is auto number. Now I have the data dictionary for that. Let me just copy and paste on the description, right? So it's very important to identify that because it's not only you who read the database when you create this. Now I have street number. What should be a data type for street number? It could be short text because it's including the street name, right? So always verify your data type. Don't use the default one because that could create a problem for you. Most of the time it's going to be text. That's why I default always pick as text. State, zip, and country. So I'm pretty much done with the location table. Let's come back to our contact. Okay, let's create a contact book. Create table. Save it as contact book. Contact book ID. So let's do the design here. Auto number. I have the definition for that, the dictionary. Right, just copy and paste it right there for description. And contact ID. Contact ID again. What should be the data type, guys? Number, right? because what's the auto number this is a foreign key. So recipient. What is the data type for recipient ID? Number again. What's the data type for sender ID?
Number.
Right, number. And the reason why it's number is a foreign key. It was a primary key. It is a primary key on another table. That is the definition of the foreign key. It is a primary key on another table, right? And you use that to identify and make relationships between table, right? So, and that's why it was a number type, then this one has to be number, just like the same as the primary key type. We done with contact work. Now package. Come back to package and let's check if the data type looks fine that we created last time. So tracking number, ship date, last location date and time, expected address ID, sender and recipient, and they are all numbers. And that type for the date should be date and time. So we have 7 tables created, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we are done with the design of the tables, but we're not complete for the whole database yet. Now we're going to show you how to set the input mask and validation rows. Now this is going to help on the data entry point to protect some typo or make it as a standard. So we said, for example, let's go to your state. Now let's go to the contact first. So email address, we talk about email address. And cell phone, let's talk about cell phone. We can do input mask here. And we can make it as, if you do try it, you see when you enter it's going to have the parentheses for you. So we want that format.
How'd you get the wizard? Like it doesn't give me the wizard. Oh, on the side. I got you.
Yeah, go to input
Okay.
mask, click it right there, and do the same with other phone. Right, so I just changed for another one again. You need to save it every time when you make a change. Now come to your email address. Email address is going to be a validation row. So what does it do? I have a template that you can use by just copy the code from here, see, and now how to paste, where to paste. We're going to paste it under validation row, right there. And I'm going to explain how it works. So before I explain, let's test entering the data in first. We're going to test with cell phone. There you go, right? So cell phone, you can just have the input masked to help. So it's going to be, like I said, right? At the point of data entry, people can do whatever they want to do the format. But now when we have input mask, it's just get the format into like phone number has to be parentheses like that, right? For the email, now email, we cannot use the format, but we can use validation to help. Like for example, if you read the code, it's going to tell you that's a problem because validation rule said is null, that means, or is null mean I can leave it blank. Okay, I can just go to the next record and type in another phone Now for this one, it's not complete. It has to be 4 digits. You see that? So I have to. This null is fine. For email, it can be blank, right? Someone may not have email. But if you have email, can I just say tennismail.com? No, because I say you're missing add, right? It can be no, or if you enter it, it has to be any letters before it. It say it has to look like this. Like mean look like the asterisk is the wild card. Can be any number of letters, but you have to have add, and after any number of letters with a dot, and any number of letters, and not like mean if you have multiple email address, I'm not allowing you to have semicolon, right, or comma to separate them. You have to add a new record, right? That's what it means if you read the formula right there. So that's good now. So that's just validated input, right?
Do we have an input mask for email?
No, we have to do validation row. Now, let's talk about another item here. So we talk about this. I just explained how it works. Any questions? The next one, we're going to use set the lookup for the fields. Like this one is good when you do it with the state. Like sometimes when you fill in, you should just do lookup, right? Drop down box. So let's go to location like this one. Why I need to type, right? So that's going to protect on the difference format. Someone may spell the whole thing out. To do lookup, go to same here, but it's a little bit difference. We have lookup, but we're going to do it from lookup wizard as the data type. You have 2 options. You can look up from an existing table. If you have a table, have the list of all the states, right? Or you can just type it manually. Let me show you from here first. Like I can just say DC. Let's go back. DC VA MD first. Let's just do it from here. Next. Okay, what level you would like? Yeah, that's state. That's fine. Finish. Let's test that. Save it. Now I entered a new street. 522 King Street. It's going to be Arlington. There you go. We make a lookup, right? Did I spell Arlington right? So that's how you do lookup. So we talk about lookup. Now let me show you lookup can also link to another table too. Like now I set it to not link to another table. Like for example, I can set my city zip to link for another table if I have a table for the address, right? Now if you want, you can go to my link here. I have the resource where you can actually get all the United States address, okay, city and zip code. I just share the SkyDrive location there. And this is in Excel. And this is a good point that we like to talk about how to import data from Excel. In case some of you already have the data on Excel, right? Like this is in Excel format. I'm going to download it, XLSX here. See, this is the list of the data. Okay. So I'm going to save this.